I believe that Steve Kerr used the right choice of words. He said most gifted. He didn't say most accomplished. Yeah. He didn't say the greatest. Okay. He didn't say the best. He said the most gifted. Because if he would have said the greatest, obviously, that's LeBron James. That's Michael Jordan. That's Kobe Bryant, in my opinion. I think he deserves to be in the GOAT conversation. If he would have said most accomplished, clearly that's LeBron. Clearly that's Michael Jordan.
True.
He said most gifted. And when you talk about being most gifted, I completely agree with Steve Kerr about Kevin Durant being the most gifted player possibly of all time, because Kevin Durant has a career scoring average, 27 points per game on 49% shooting from the floor. He averages 4 assists per game. He's a great free throw shooter. He's a great 3-point shooter as well. He's 6'10" with a 7'5" wingspan. Like, we've never seen anything like the Slim Reaper. Like, he's an amazing player. And like you said, he's a great scorer. But when I think about gifted, I'm thinking about God-given ability. I'm not thinking about the most accomplished. I'm not thinking about the greatest. So I agree with Steve Kerr with his choice of words when he was describing Kevin Durant being more gifted than Michael Jordan. Yeah. The only difference I would say is, though, when you talk about, being an assassin, Michael Jordan is an assassin. And that's something that Kevin Durant, in my opinion, as great as he is, he's never really had that assassin's mentality in his game.
What?
Assassin. I'm talking about having that killer mentality. Kevin Durant doesn't have the killer mentality like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Does he have the capability of, dropping 50 and just saying, get the hell off the court, I'm the best? Of course. I just don't think he's ever had, that mindset to be a killer like a Kobe Bryant, like a Michael Jordan. Because if he did, he would have never left Oklahoma City. He would have never left Oklahoma City. He would have said, I could beat the Warriors, without going to join them. I was up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. I had a top 10 point guard alongside me in Russell Westbrook. If he was the type of player that was like Michael Jordan, like, Kobe Bryant, he would have never left for Golden State. Now, I do understand that he left for Golden State because he wanted to play, a better brand of basketball, that ball movement, that the Warriors had going on with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, and unselfish basketball. I understand he wanted to go to Golden State, with that great brand of basketball. But if he had the killer mentality like a Kobe Bryant or like a Michael Jordan had, he would have never left Golden State. And he would have said, I'm not going to join forces with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. I'm going to beat the Golden State Warriors because I was up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals and came up a little short. So I agree with Steve Kerr overall with his choice of words in this particular topic, because I do believe he's the most gifted player of all time. But when it comes to greatest and most accomplished, that's a different conversation. Yeah. And Kevin Durant possibly could get there at some point in his career. He just isn't there quite yet.
I just think Kevin Durant, I like Steve Kerr's words, choice of words, the most gifted. Because when you're a 7-foot scorer that can just score at any level, you're gifted, man. People will die to have you on your team. But Kevin Durant, I think he has that assassin killer instinct in himself. We've seen it numerous of times from OKC all the way into Brooklyn. This man has a killer mentality that everybody wished to have. He shut down LeBron James, hit him with a shot, shut the crowd down.
What do you see when you think of killer mentality? What do you think of? Because I've never
shut the crowd down.
I'm talking about killer mentality as a player. You said you think he has that killer mentality. How? I'm not saying Kevin Durant doesn't have the capability of being elite from a scoring perspective with the killer mentality like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. But I've never looked at Kevin Durant as being the type of player that says, give me the ball, get the hell out the way. He's done it when he's had to, but he doesn't necessarily have that mindset on a consistent basis. I think he did it in the series against the Bucks because he had no choice. Kyrie Irving went down with the ankle injury. James Harden is compromised. So he had no choice. He knew he had to drop 40 plus for the Nets to have a chance at winning that series. But overall, throughout the course of his career, I've never felt like Kevin Durant had that mentality of give me the ball, get the hell out the way. He's always wanted to be a team player.
No, Kyrie knows that, the last shot is going to Kevin Durant. Everybody that played with KD, he gets the last shot.
But last shot is not a killer mentality. Killer mentality is saying, tonight I'm dropping 50 and I'm going to shoot 30 or 40 shots. That's what killer mentality is.